From her creative studio high in the hills above Hollywood, California, it's Ms. Meliz on 10 Minutes in Tinsel Town.
Welcome to 10 Minutes in Tinseltown with Ms. Meliz. I'm Melissa Reyes, and I'm happy to have with me Raquel Pineira. She's a good friend of mine from organizedisland.com, and we're here today to talk to you about things that start with T and other things, whatever comes up. But I thought we would focus a little bit on time management because that is one of her specialties, and organization, and Turkey, Tokyo, Thanksgiving, I don't know, whatever else we come up with. So welcome, Raquel.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
How have you been, my friend?
I've been pretty well, thanks. I can't believe we're already going into the holidays. It's crazy how fast time goes by, and I haven't seen you in like forever, in real life anyway.
I know. I think we were in San Diego, maybe, for Women Get Social, the last time I saw you.
That's right.
When was that?
That's right. I think that was June, maybe?
Seems like a lot longer. Seems like a lot longer, but I think you're right. I think it was June. So a lot happened since then, but we keep plugging away. And one of the things that I am so anxious to talk to you about is your trip that you recently went on to Tokyo, because my family and I are planning on going in a year and a half. So I wanted to know what it was like.
It was amazing. I really didn't know what to expect other than what I've, seen on the internet, bright lights. But it was beautiful. The people there are so kind and polite and helpful. The land is beautiful. They've really learned how to use their resources wisely, and it's very clean over there too. Really, really nice. I'm going to actually blog about it.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for your viewers, what you're going to be talking about in your blog, but because we want everybody to go on your website and check it out. But I'm sure you've got a lot of great pictures. That's fantastic. How long were you there?
About a week.
That's pretty cool. Was that enough time?
Yes, we took a couple days in Kyoto. We took the super high speed railway over there, which was really neat. And spent a couple days in Kyoto as well. Yeah, I don't know if it's enough time, but it's enough time to get a little glimpse of the city. I mean, you could probably spend a whole year there and see so many fabulous things. But yeah, I think it's enough to get a little taste of the flavor.
That's so cool. I was so anxious to hear about it and what your impressions were that I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? What would you like to share about who you are and what you do?
Okay, well, I started Organized Island because I really like organization, and in one of my former jobs, I was a productivity manager, so time management is really important to me. I try to look at processes and streamline them, sometimes even just in my head, because we only get a finite amount of time, and none of us know how much time we have. And I think it's really important to make the most of the time you have and use it wisely. So I started my blog basically on organizing.
Then I'm hanging my head because I wasted so much of your time today. And I was on time.
No, you didn't. Actually, I was doing email. I wasn't going to tell you, but I was doing email while I was waiting for you.
Good.
So don't feel like that.
Okay.
But what I was going to say is, but then my blog sort of evolved because I really didn't want to just be talking about organizing all the time and sound like somebody's nagging mom. So I branched out and started to include some of the other things I love, which are, of course, food and travel and crafts, things like that. So that's why it's called Organized Island, staying organized on my island of life.
I love it. I love it. I kind of like to relate to the journey of life as well with my blog, and I think of it more as kind of like a road or a road trip, and we're going along from one place to another, and it's like an adventure. But you have your island, which is a great metaphor too, because that's kind of like your world, and it's how you build it, what you make of it, and I love that concept. That's really cool. And I really enjoyed being interviewed by you for your blog when I wrote my book, This is the Sound of My Soul. And
Yes.
that was a really amazing experience for me, and you really supported me in a lot of ways, so I appreciate that so much. So, I'm passionate about writing and meeting people. What is it that you're passionate about, Raquel?
I'm passionate about food, people actually more than anything. I think the most important time are those times spent with people, whether it be family, friends, both, and those activities that surround it. So that to me is what I'm passionate about.
And what do you stand for? Do you have a core value that really emphasizes who you are and all that you do?
Wow. Let's see. Maybe I think respect is really important and something that maybe we, and I say we, I don't mean everybody, but I guess going into Japan, there's a great amount of respect there that I think we could learn from. Let's just put it that way, as
Yeah.
a culture, as a nation.
Well,
That's important.
yeah, and you're very respectful and kind and what's polite. You're very polite and gentle in your ways, so I could see that you would relate that way. That's very cool. So, you're welcome. What do you like to do for fun when you're not blogging and writing and traveling the world? What do you do just for you?
Oh, those are all the fun things.
I know.
Definitely cooking, baking, eating. I like to go out to restaurants and beer festivals, things like that. With people, I know.
I think that's really cool. There for a while, you were writing a lot about bacon. What was that? Was it like a challenge?
It was a whole month of bacon recipes and such. So there's a group of us that came up with a bunch of bacon recipes, and bacon just makes everything better. It really does. So that was real fun. So that's why you saw nothing but bacon recipes for me for a while.
That's pretty cool.
On the blog. So if you like bacon, go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, you did a lot of. What was the most creative thing you did with bacon?
Ooh, the most creative thing. Oh, I don't know how creative it was, but I did some
Unusual.
bacon chocolate chip cupcakes. I mean, to me, that was
Yeah.
really unusual, but I had
Yeah.
heard people mixing bacon and chocolate, so I did make those, and they were better than I thought they were going to be. They were actually pretty good, but my favorite is like bacon hash browns. I mean, I love bacon with potatoes and cheese.
What are you most thankful
family,
for?
sure. I'm most thankful for my family and friends. I feel blessed. I really
And
do.
tell me about your family.
Oh, well, my parents are around still. They're on in years, but they're still here, so I'm thankful for them to be in my life. And I've got 2 great kids and a husband, and the best time is when we're all together.
Yeah. Yeah. How old are your kids?
My son is 21 and my daughter is 24.
Woo!
So
We're getting closer.
So.
Yeah. What's it like? I mean, I'm trying to, my youngest is almost 15. And my oldest is 19, and it's almost 20. And I just I can see I can start to feel what it's gonna be like when they're all gone and grown up. It's how did you adjust to that?
It's a process. I think when the first child left for college, that was a big adjustment for me. And then you kind of get used to it, and then by the time the second one, who's still in college now, by that time you're used to it, and it's okay. But it was really hard when she first left, to set the table for one less person. It's so weird, but you do get used to it, and then you get your time back, which is kind of nice. I mean, after all these years of taking them to games and scout meetings and swim practices and all that stuff, then all of a sudden your evenings and weekends are free. It's kind of weird, and then you kind of say, hey, this is pretty good.
Oh my gosh. So tell me, Raquel, do you have a favorite Hollywood hotspot? Where do you like to go when you're with all your rock star friends?
Oh my gosh. Oh, funny you say rock, but Rock Sugar is one of my favorite restaurants over there.
Where's that?
In Century City. It's in the Century City Mall. They don't call it the mall. It's the Westfield Center.
Uh-huh.
It's Asian fusion restaurant. It's called Rock Sugar.
I think I might have been there. Is it near like Pink Taco?
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
I've been there. That's awesome. I love that there.
If you go to Rock Sugar, you have to try a little bit of everything. It's really good. And try the pear martinis. They are delicious. And not too many, though.
Moderation.
The stout burgers, pretty much, yes, everything.
This is one of my newer questions. If you could do anything using all of your talents and resources, what would it be?
Oh, wow. I kind of feel like I'm doing it. I wish I could just do what I do full time. Really enjoyed sharing things on the blog. There's a fabulous community out there I didn't even realize existed till I started, and I would love to do more of that, to be honest with you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, complete the sentence. Raquel Pineira is?
Wow, let's see. Organized and always ready to have some fun with her friends and family. How's that?
Organized and having fun? Yeah, can't get better than that. So how have you gotten this far with your blogging, and you've done so well? What's motivated you to accomplish your goals?
For sure, the community out there. It's just nice to get the positive reaction and meet so many people. And when somebody tells me, oh, I loved this recipe, it was great, or this tip really helped me, I love that. That feels good, and that's kind of why I started it. So that's the best part, is the interaction.
What advice do you give to new bloggers and to your friends about time management?
I would say start with your goals and what you want to do, and then as you're starting to look at what you're doing, if it doesn't reach one of those goals, then get it out of your head. Write it down and maybe do it later, but there's so many distractions these days that it's really easy to lose sight of where you're heading, and I think that's the most important thing, is to keep those goals. You have to write them down and put them in front of you, and then only do those things that support those.
That's awesome. Yeah, stay focused. Do you have anything going on right now that you'd like to promote? Shameless plug time. You want to just...
Oh, gosh. No, head on over if you haven't been. Come check out the blog. I've got a little bit of everything on there. And say hi is what I would say if anybody's watching and hasn't stopped by before. Recipes, travel tips, lots of crafts, and things like that.
It's at organizedisland.com, and then you can also find Raquel on Twitter and Instagram, and what else at Organized Island?
Facebook.
Facebook.
And
yeah, so everywhere at organizedisland.com. So Raquel, what do you want to be remembered for? What would you say is your legacy that you'd like to pass on?
I just want to pass on the recipes and things and the tips to help people not have to start over, I guess, on, if you're looking for a recipe for, I don't know, chocolate chip cookies. I have a really good recipe for chocolate chip cookies on there. instead of having to look all over the place, just it's there for you. You know, it's save you time.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to help people save their time so that they can live a better life.
That's awesome. That's so kind of you to share yourself in that way. And that's why you're a rock star. You're a total rock star, super mom, super friend, super blogger, because you know what? You don't realize that, I don't know, maybe you don't realize, Raquel, but what you do is so special and so unique, because a lot of people just live their lives and, you know, live it for themselves, but you share your talents and your interests with other people, and that helps to inspire them. So thank you. Thank you for being a rock star in my world, and thank you for being on 10 Minutes in Tinseltown.
Thank you for having me
on
your show. I'm excited.
You're welcome. It's so much fun, huh? We could just like chat forever. So I have to remember to mention my book, because I always forget to mention my book. I think I did mention it this time. So the book that I'm talking about is This is The Sound of My Soul by Ms. Meliz, Melissa Reyes, and it's just a little book with a bunch of blog posts and excerpts from over a few years, but tells a story of you know, some personal challenges that I went through and how I got through it. And you can find me at MsMeliz.com, at Ms. Meliz, MIZMELIZ, on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Ms. Melissa. And also we have Twitter for this show. It's at TenMiniTT, TenMiniTT. So now, Raquel, it's time for Selfie, because I like to take a selfie with all my SoCal Lady blogger friends and post it on Instagram so that they can all just be all, hey, how come she's on her show and I'm not? Okay, so what now? Did we talk about all the teas? Tokyo, Turkey. Do you have a tip for Turkey?
Yes, I have a tip I learned a long time ago, and that's to turn it over. You start cooking with breast side down, and halfway through, you actually flip the bird over.
I've never done it that way. So it makes for a really juicy bird?
It does. It really does. I learned that, I forget how long ago, from actually the Los Angeles Times. I had cut out a recipe from there, and that's how they said to do it, and I've always done it since, and it works. You have to be careful when you're handling it, but it makes for a nice juicy bird.
Wow, that is a great tip. We'll take it from Raquel Pineira from Organized Island, and let me know how your turkey comes out. Thank you so much, Raquel. You're awesome.
Thank you, Melissa. Take care.
Time to rock it out.
All right, take care. Bye. Oh.